episode 66. It only took me 2 days to get around to making this. And, you know, that's kind of organizing things. I'll explain why. If you didn't see the short and this live, then if you give me a few moments, I'll explain the reasoning behind the camera angle. Got some new sheets of just attaching those as we speak, but we will get into that. But it's part of a new thing to try and see if I can make these live streams on my phone a bit longer. And not to mention, it was on like Amazon Prime sales kind of thing as well. That's kind of how it got my attention. Amazon's like, hey, we know you bought something similar to this like 5 years ago. Why don't you have another one? Like, perfect. Anyway, so the reason behind this camera angle actually does make some sort of sense, right? So normally, I think it's 3.5 hours is roughly what I can get out of my phone full charge on a stream. Because obviously when you're live streaming, you use up battery and stuff like that. So I've got one of these things currently going, let me show you. So I've had like wireless charging pads before, because I've had like phones where the charging ports are broken. And I saw this thing on Amazon, right? It's a little pad, and essentially my phone sits on there at an angle. Because, you know, if I had the cable in, it would only prop up at a certain angle. So if I flip it like that, it means the phone can continuously charge as we, and hopefully this works. Now, obviously, this will be good for, you know, longer streaming. It just, I'm not quite figuring out 100% the best way to implement it, but I know it's an idea that's going to work. So there is that. I need to quickly grab something from the other room, and we'll go from there. But yeah, we'll be getting started in a couple moments. Come get your dishes, but no washing, okay? We're not going to do the washing. Alright, I'm back. I see that there's comments. I'm going to have to explain this again. Hey there, welcome to the stream. How's it going? I'm going to put a video on the background. Let's change some bedding related stuff before we get into things. I want to see how well this new charging dock idea works. So my phone's at 34%. We're 5 minutes into the stream. But I intentionally did not charge my phone before the stream to see how this would work.
None of them were going to survive. This is now a historically important train, a representative of 4 decades of railway history. And I look forward to seeing the next chapter in its story.
Oh, so this is a test for my upcoming stream where I'm doing all the shelving.
Enjoyed today's video. If you did, please do leave a like and consider subscribing for more. This video was only possible thanks to the SETG. I'm going to put a link in the description below to their website so you can check out their work for yourself or perhaps make a donation. As well as the good people at the SETG, I would of course like as ever to thank my generous donors on Ko-fi, on Patreon and here on YouTube for your much appreciated support. You are the traction motor.
Yeah, Potato Greg. I forgot that was some lore that you guys come up with. Because let's be honest, right? The only lore that matters in these streams is the stuff that you guys come up with, even though some of it is absolutely insane. Yep, knocking at my shelves. That's a smart idea. I'm just changing some stuff. I ended up ordering some new bed stuff, right? Turns out I'm the numbskull that only bought the mattress sheet and the pillowcase. But the picture on Amazon was deceptive. And when the parcel came through the door, right? Right before the, maybe 20 minutes before the stream, right? I'd already pulled the little bed sheets off and thrown them into the washing. So, I have it switched to these. So I'm changing my camera angle, but well, that does actually kind of work. By the way, that may be ideal. I'm going to put this on, just ignore my stupidity. This is exactly how you want to start off your special 66.5 stream.
This is Turnham Green Station in West London. It's on the London Underground District Line. Sometimes it is on the Piccadilly Line, but mostly it isn't. Let's take a dive into the history of this apparently inconsistent station.
We're doing a few things. I'm doing a little bit of organising and some gaming. I'm just fixing some stuff here.
Technically on the District Line at all. And it definitely wasn't on the Piccadilly Line. It wasn't even an underground station. It was actually opened by the London and South Western Railway, the company that ran trains from Waterloo down to the south coast and into the West Country. But the LSWR were also very savvy towards the growing market for commuter trains. London was growing, and railways were both the cause of this and a response to it. The LSWR had a line through Richmond. By the middle of the 1860s, they decided that they wanted to branch out in a very literal sense. Their plan was to build a line from Richmond through Kew over the river to Brentford, through Chiswick, Hammersmith and Shepherd's Bush, finally terminating at Addison Road, the station you and I would know as Kensington.
There we go.
Addison Road was on the West London line, which at the time was a key connecting route.
That's technically true.
Parliamentary approval was received in 1867, and it took less than 2 years for the line to be completed. Turnham Green was one of the stations the LSWR proposed to build. Ironically, Turnham Green is not the closest station to the actual Turnham Green. That would be Chiswick Park, but that station wouldn't come along until later. I wouldn't be surprised if the company chose the name simply because it sounds nice, like the sort of place where you might buy a little cottage and commute from by train. The station back then was rather...
But how's everyone's Thursday going anyway?
...tracks, and the platforms were considerably lower. Carriages in those days were fitted with footboards so passengers could step down, concepts like accessibility and level boarding no doubt being seen as weak and effeminate. So the LSWR began running trains over the new line. The following year, the Great Western Railway began running a service from Paddington to Richmond.
He gets the point.
Later that year,
do tell.
In 1874, the Metropolitan District Railway reached Hammersmith. The original point of the District Railway was to build a line from Kensington to Tower Hill, giving the Metropolitan Railway a circular route, or circle line, if you prefer. They quickly became sidetracked, so to speak, by building lines out into the West London suburbs. These lines were relatively cheap to build and opened up new markets. The district was a rather impecunious organisation, which I mention partly to explain why I might go for the cheaper option first, and partly because I like the word impecunious. At Hammersmith, the LSWR and the district were pretty close together. Now, if there was one thing the district liked more than a cheap branch line in the suburbs, it was being able to use someone else's branch in the suburbs. So in 1877, a connection was built between Hammersmith on the district and Shaftesbury Road on the LSWR, station you and I know as Ravenscourt Park. This enabled a district service to Richmond, and for the first time, Turnham Green was served by underground trains, even though the term underground wasn't official back then. The Metropolitan Railway also negotiated rights to run over this route.
Bearing sorted.
Remember I mentioned that the platforms were low at Turnham Green? Well, that
Hell yeah, sleeping's the best.
The district's platforms were...
Can't go wrong with some of that. Sleep. Right, so is that on right actually? But yeah, so I'm gonna quickly throw some food on. Like I said, I'm gonna put put on 10 hours of potato. Just 10 hours of potato noise. Is this official content that I don't know about? You genuinely got me wondering. No, forgot something. See, that's using the old middle. Alright, I'm back. Just putting some food on. But tonight's stream will be a combination of sorting things out and going from there. Well, if this makes things easier for you, then you're very welcome to join in. I'm glad that's the thing. Right. So where are we at? I'm going to sort out some things. I want to see, is this thing actually charging, right? See, I'm curious how well this works. So like I showed earlier in the stream, it's just one of those little pads, but I'm curious to know if it's charging because it holds the phone at the right angle. You know, you can continue streaming. Here, Laura, because it wouldn't really work the other way. So we will be doing some gaming. We will be doing some sorting. It's a mixed stream. I'm planning to stream for at least maybe an hour, longer than an hour. Let's put it that way. All right, I'm back. But yeah, that's pretty much just gonna be it. I don't know. It's a basic stream tonight. There's a few people who feel that watching these streams helps, and I'm glad I can provide that. But I'm just kind of one sec. It's got to be sure that this is working. It is kinda, and it is kinda not working. Like even if it's just keeping the phone at the same charge, I suppose that is something. Granted, we're like 20 minutes into this stream. And it's only gone down to, my phone only went down 2%, so like even if it's just stopping it from declining quickly, I'm happy. Like, to me, that is still something. I'll take it. Oh, he's asking the big. He's asking. Potato God is asking the important questions. Alright, let's see what the ultimate answer ended up being. I'm curious. You know, I like, in a way, how you didn't get an answer to that question. Kind of made it funnier. Just getting some things sorted, but we'll be primarily gaming tonight. We're going to do a little bit of Lego Star Wars, the Clone Wars, and so over almost a week ago, I picked up a whole bunch of new games that I've still, and that's annoys the hell of me, I've still not sat down and took at least 5 minutes to try, like, log into. Speaking of which, today I did pick up another game. Hey there. I picked up the Simpsons game for the Xbox 360. That's one of the ones I didn't play. Oh, it's not on that port, so it'll be interesting. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I've ordered an adapter as well so we can use PS2 because something I didn't really account for with this was the TV that I've got that you can see there has been changed out since I last had a PS2, and the problem is that TV does not have AV output, so I cannot play, a console that only ever had AV. So yeah. You know what, Potato God? I feel that I will let you handle this situation in whatever manner. I give you authorization to use full force. I'm very curious to see where this goes. Potato God just pulled out a giant machete or something. Oh, I can see something's been removed. Oh my God, did you? I love that. Could you imagine, right? I've become well known as like guy on YouTube whose comment section you will get removed from for eating potatoes. All right, I'm back. Sorry, there was a brief delay. Oh, I've got a message. Oh, there's some stuff going down. Wow, there we got some messages. I gotta go through these. That's a good point. That could also mean that. Wow. Well, that little phone stand is working at full capacity, which is great. So then, Potato God, we've established your views on people who eat potatoes, but there's another way that we can take this question, and I think it'd be interesting to take it here. How do you feel about people who eat products that were once potatoes, right? So someone who eats chips or crisps, how do you feel about that? Is that wrong or? So if someone eats crisps or chips, you'll ban them for life. Is that the logic that's being implied here? I want to make sure I 100% understand what's going on here. I'm just getting a laptop going. Wow. See, Potato God is what you get there. That's due diligence. Getting the laptop going. I'm gonna have to double check that it needs charged, and I'm gonna tune it into the stream because there will be a gaming section of the stream. View your channel. Right. I do apologize, this live has not been exactly entertaining yet. Apparently, there's 4 people watching. I'll take that. By the way, see the amount. We have had almost 50 subscribers in the last 2 days. What do you think about that? That's going pretty well. I'm kind of hoping to pick up an extra subscriber or 2, right? They crushed him up. That's not too great. So here's what we're going to do, right? Let me show you. This is the part of the live that is not the gaming bit. So, obviously, tomorrow I'm planning to do a nice long stream where I rearrange all the stuff on the shelving because some of it looks nice. Like, this looks nice. This bit with the 2 gunships and the drop ship look really nice. But there's bits like that I'm not happy with. I'm not happy with in here or most of this, right? So I am planning to use. I can no longer put all the Lego on my bed. That's how I used to do it when changing up the shelves. That used to just work really well. But what we're going to do is we're going to move certain things in different places to make it easier for tomorrow. We're just going to do a little bit of prep work on this. So anything that's not Lego will be coming off the shelves. We're going to start with that. Then I'm thinking about moving as much of it over onto these shelves as possible, because these ones will not be changing, I don't think, too much. But like all of this is the bit that is going to have the most change happen. So I'm just going to finish up my snack here. I'm going to put that video back on and we're going to go from there.
Were about a foot and a half higher than those on the LSWR.
I'll stop reading comments. I've got them up on my laptop here.
This meant that passengers alighting at LSWR stations had a large gap between the footboards and the actual platform. The footboards were also quite narrow, only 2 inches further out than the carriage body. These factors combined in 1878 to result in a passenger at Turnham Green falling under a train, leading to their death. This led the LSWR to increase the height of their platforms to a sort of compromise height between their own preference and that of the district. Also in 1878, the Midland Railway began running services from St Pancras. This lasted until 1880.
We don't play with potatoes here. We're good.
Complicated the rail network in Victorian London was. There were all kinds of services that we just don't have anymore, relying on lots of unexpected connections and negotiations between companies. In the 1870s and 80s, a new development appeared by the station. This was Bedford Park Garden Suburb.
When is it?
The brainchild of Thomas Carr, and was intended as a new suburb for middle-class residents. Chelsea had been the go-to destination for creative types, but in recent years it had become too expensive for them, which just goes to show that the patterns of gentrification that people complain about now are nothing new. Anyway, Carr envisaged a pleasant suburb designed with plenty of greenery and William Morris-inspired arts and crafts style architecture. Turnham Green Station was a key part of this, as it would enable residents to work in central London. The full history of Bedford Park is outside the scope of this video, but it was the first of the garden suburbs, and would influence many others that followed. This would lead to the Garden City movement in the late 19th century, but would also act as basically the model for suburbs all the way up to the present day. In 1879, another branch line opened. The District Railway decided that they were going to serve Ealing. The Great Western Railway already had a station at Ealing Broadway, but they really didn't seem that interested in providing a decent service. If they didn't want those passengers, the District Railway certainly did. The line to reach Ealing would come off the LSWR line just west of Turnham Green and was to be wholly owned by the district. This seems like a bit of a gamble.
Just for a few minutes having a snack and then we'll get right to it.
The LSWR, the line to Ealing Broadway would have been isolated from the rest of the company's lines. I'm also surprised the district didn't ask the LSWR if they'd like to come in on it, since the LSWR were the Great Western Railway's biggest rival. In 1880, the district received authorization for yet another line which opened in 1883. This one would serve Hounslow, branching off the Ealing branch just before Ealing Common. This would become pretty important to Turnham Green later in our story. In 1894, the
Hey, look, I don't know nothing about this.
Green again, this time going via the Metropolitan Railway's route. In 1901, the District Railway was bought out by Underground.
That is a lot of stuff ready to go.
A voracious organisation that would end up controlling the lion's share of transport in London, and was essentially the predecessor of Transport for London. This was the best thing that could have happened to the district, because the people who headed UERL were Charles Yerkes and Edgar Speyer. One an experienced railway promoter, and the other a financial whiz. One of the key investments the new owners wanted to make, in fact their main justification for taking the district over, was electrification. Electric trains and electro-pneumatic signals would take the railway into the 20th
Well, if you can't prove it, that's innocent till proven guilty.
Electric trains, which accelerated at a rate very rapid.
So I'm going to start by removing all the stuff from the shelves. Oh. that isn't legal, just to give myself an adventure.
Except the Metropolitan and LSWR were still running steam trains, which was basically guaranteed to mess things up. The district argued in 1903 for a pair of extra tracks that would be purely theirs. The LSWR complained because if the district were using their own tracks, they wouldn't be paying
So
the
anything that is not legal, like there'll still be legal sprawl for all these shelves. That's a given, but like anything that's not legal or legal related is coming off the shelving. It just makes sense.
This didn't quite work out. Sharing with steam trains just didn't work.
Ah, it's a meme.
Slower, but they were more prone to delays. The lines also used
Will it surprise you to know that I'm not well versed in meme culture?
preferred electro-pneumatic equipment. It gives you some idea of the district's ambitions that they could run 10 trains an hour through Turnham Green, and they considered this a massive imposition. So in 1909, they devised a plan to once again add an extra set of tracks between Ravenscourt Park and Turnham Green, and this time it was granted. Turnham Green was reconstructed in stages. The street-level buildings remained as they were, but the tracks and platforms were completely rebuilt. Works were completed in 1911. Now the district would use the new outer tracks, and the slow coach railways like the LSWR and the Met would use the middle tracks. The district proudly boasted that they could now offer up to 20 trains an hour. They were also able to operate express trains for the first time, which skipped
Right,
most
but
of the
yeah.
stations in
So the
the
shelf that
journey to the
this one here is where all the non-legal stuff's going for now, just to get it out of the way.
clear that more was needed. The problem was that not only was the district a busy line, but by the 1920s it was a complicated one, particularly at its western end. From central London, one could get a train to Hounslow, Richmond, Wimbledon, Ealing, or, as of 1910, Uxbridge. But because all these destinations needed to be served, the service on each individual branch.
There we go. Just throw that over there for now.
Say you have 20 trains an hour per the district's claim, and there are 5 branches. That means each destination can have 4 trains an hour if you distribute them evenly. But the district didn't. Hounslow and Uxbridge had a pretty poor service because Ealing and Richmond were perceived as needing a better service.
That's legal. That's legal. Those are pins. I'll keep them up there because I like to know.
Another line
Ow! And apparently I like to drop things on myself.
was Great Northern Piccadilly and Brompton, better known as the Piccadilly Tube. This had plenty of spare capacity at its western end, but crucially, it
Are
was
those
also
birds?
owned by
Oh, nice.
URL. So the company devised a plan: electrify the LSWR tracks, double up the tracks between Hammersmith and Ravenscourt Park, and hand the Uxbridge and Hounslow services to the Piccadilly line. Well, most of them at least. But the LSWR were happy to play ball, not being particularly interested in that these days. The Metropolitan had actually stopped running trains in 1906
Right.
and Great Western in 1910. But the Met presented a potential problem. They had been talking about resuming services. But UERL didn't think they were very serious and presented them with a
PS2 memory cards. I'm going to move those. I don't want to misplace these. These are 3 of the memory cards I've got. They are going to go up there.
This was a fund that provided
Did my phone out the case for tonight? That's that.
use the dreadful unemployment rate at the time. Naturally, UERL jumped on it. However, work didn't actually begin until 1929, the passing of another financing act, the Development, Loan Guarantees and Grants Act, which was basically a more favourable version of the Trade Facilities Act. I guess the government really wanted to get people back to work. In the meantime, the LSWR had ceased to exist. It had become part of the Southern Railway in 1920.
How's your charging going?
The Southern was equally
Yeah,
uninterested in running
keeping it at
trains
the same
over this
pace, really.
route, and in 1926 they gave the district
Not entirely too much change.
was finally a true underground station. In 1930, work began to extend the Piccadilly line to the west. It was also expanding to the east, but that, again, is outside the scope of this video, and I mention it purely for context. Whereas operated over the district route, it would serve as an express. Piccadilly trains would skip Ravenscourt Park, Stamford Brook, and Chiswick Park. The decision to also skip Turnham Green was only taken in 1931.
Right.
Previously, the idea
I
was that
think
some trains would
for the
turn
most
up
part we're kind of sorted.
Works were completed in
There's not too much.
1932.
No, we're fine. Right.
UERL became part of London Transport, as did the Metropolitan Railway. This created the modern London Underground, which meant that disputes between tube lines were ended and the Underground
Potato-related video content.
negotiations with other railways.
But we'll be changing to do gaming in a moment.
Trains don't stop at Turnham Green is something of a frustration for London-bound passengers who see the little trains pass tantalisingly close without stopping. It's enough to turn them green with envy. In 1963, London Transport listened to their pleas and added Turnham Green to the Piccadilly line, but only in rush hour. In 1964, staff shortages brought about the end of the district service to Hounslow West, which in any case was rush hour only at this point. In 2013, Transport for London, successors to London Transport, announced an exciting new development for Turnham Green, namely that Piccadilly line trains would stop there all day. The introduction of a new, larger fleet and upgraded signalling would allow this by the early 2020s. Unfortunately, that nasty pandemic business happened. TfL suffered a major financial setback, and it's not clear when or even if this upgrade is going to happen.
Right, let's get started with some gaming. Because I'll show you, for the most part, we're kind of sorted. I got all the stuff moved off the shelves for pretty much good. All this other stuff's staying, because, you know, that is Lego that's in them bags. So,
the one service you
right.
want is the only one that never comes, no matter where you're trying to get to. It's also famous for being the station that's confusingly listed on the Piccadilly line, but not always. Well, I do hope you enjoyed this semi-served tale from the tube. If so, please do leave a like and consider subscribing for more. I would like, as always, thank my donors on Ko-fi, on Patreon, and here on YouTube for your support. You are the outer track to my tube service.
Oh, I'm glad you're happy. The gaming sessions are some of my favourite ones to do. Obviously, that's second to the live build. Live builds are like my favourite thing on here. But you know how you don't know how much money it would cost me to be able to do a live build every Friday. It is possible, but it would be all these small, tiny battle pack size builds, and I don't want to do those every week. So we'll game for is basically as long as the phone says battery says we can. That charging dock, right? Here's my honest thoughts on it. It's great at keeping the phone at the same percentage while streaming, so it means we can delay it from running out of battery just a bit longer. Tomorrow I've got that big stream coming out where I'm going to be taking everything off the shelving and rearranging it. Which I've been looking for there. I've been looking forward to doing that because I had to wait till the dropship was back up and built, and that's good to go. Yeah, man, what's up? Alright, I'll explain. I'm eating some snacks. You know those Cadbury kind of little balls that are like crunchies? I've been just randomly snacking on those throughout the stream. I like to buy those, and I like to buy the twirl bites and just pour them into a bowl and eat them. So 16 hours and 20 minutes I've put into this game so far, right? 21 minutes. And I'm 69.2% complete. So the main thing I'm going to be doing, right, is mini kit hunting. I'm still at that. Tell you what, we'll do one of the bad guy missions, right? We'll look for mini kits in the level hostage crisis. See, that must be Newt Gunray, but I've no idea how the hell I don't have him unlocked yet. Right, where's Darth Sidious? Right, let's do some mini kit related hunting. First one of the game. Hey, how's it going? I don't know, what do you hope to achieve with this? But that mini kit doesn't seem to spawn in. That'll be one of the ones I need to get a guide and look up. I mean, he does plant new potatoes. Well, let's get Jar Jar on the go. Go rebuild this ship. And I got a mini kit for repairing that ship. Well, we've got enough mini kits to figure out what character we get. So I have to sit here for an eternity and just keep blasting at the spaceship. Oh, is this what the Hellfire droid is for? Oh, good. Yeah, it's dropped another one now. Right, let's look at this conversation because things are getting interesting here. No, I would never eat or hurt the potatoes. But if he's giving potatoes life, that is a conundrum. Yeah, throw a dry popper, that bloody help. Yeah, I can see why you're having a problem figuring out the moral dilemma of this one. Oh, I've got 4 out of the 10 mini kits. I know it's a difficult one to figure out. Like the more, like what? How do you go about deciding any of these things? So killing mice droids is another way of getting it. Oh, you can't target them and lock onto them, can you? Come here, you! Sure, done. Three out of the 5 done. I was getting some ideas for this 4th thing. Right, we need the midget character again. There you are. You're useful. There we go, that's 5 out of the 10. What have you decided to do? I'm curious. Where is this going? Right, one more mouse droid. Come on. Fire! So one more of those and one more mouse droid. So that should be another 2 mini kits secured. And this door that requires a lightsaber to cut, surely there's something in there. There you go. I've also, before I do that, I've just spotted the last mouse droid I need to kill. 6 out of 10 secured. The Jango Fett, where is he? And die. See, I'm bad at this. Damn it. How long did he get a timeout for? Can I get the other 3 mini kits while I'm here? That'd be great if I could. So it means we would at least be completing a new character. 86,000 seconds. What, does getting a new hairstyle make them indestructible? Hey there, KSO193. Right, that's makes me more determined to go complete this. Because there's a bunch of levels, right, with the mini kits, I gotta look for the guides, or watch the guides rather, because some of it's confusing, but we're 1 mini kit away, let's get it. So the rooms that we get access to by restoring power in this one should hold the last mini kit. Or so says the game. I gotta love the way that this clone trooper can use a minigun as a weapon. I like how you've continued to call me Henry. I do find that funny. The thing I find even funnier is the fact that the Potato God just told the rules to another moderator. Oh yeah, just for context, Potato Greg is that giraffe that hangs up in the background in some of my streams. Oh, is that crap? Is that still shorted out? Oh, this little conductor's not there. I called you about can open these. I did not realize that. Right, the final mini kit is located in here or in the next room. I'm about to find out. Yeah, that's gonna get pinned out of the funniness of it. No, wait, we'll pin the Potato Greg one instead. I mean, Potato Greg is just established canon. You'll be quick! No! I fought with this previously on stream. Oh, good. Hell yeah, Potato Greg is the goat. Things I don't expect to sell by live streams, but screw it, we sell sorts of things. Could you imagine Potato Greg is the very thing that gets us cancelled? I don't get this. It's still pointing in that room. Oh, Palpatine. Oh no, I've heard of this. I'd heard of that, and people had told me it was much harder. Look, they even make a little Xbox 360, which I've just destroyed. Right, we're ready to see what the mini kits build. Why does Potato Greg have court? And why is this stuff that we're talking about on live stream? This is insanity at times, guys. So who's the mini kit? It's a Tusken Raider. Well, we're going to go get that character. How much longer can we go for? Let's go for a bit longer. Yeah, that's Dooku Solar Sailor. My shelves are a bit of a mess right now, but I'm going to be doing stuff with them tomorrow. "69.9% complete the game." Let's go up to the bridge. I want to see how Coruscant looks. I forgot, everyone will attack me. And this is just fake crime territory. Zappity zappity. Hell yeah, he's Potato Greg. You got brutalized for good reason. So hostage crisis, the tank for that will be over here somewhere. We shall release the character. I have bought the classic Tusken Raider. So Castle of Doom, I have no mini. Is there any levels I don't have any mini kits for other than Castle of Doom? So it would appear that that's the only one I don't have any mini kits for, so let's go do it. If you think that it's appropriate on here to tell people, and if you feel comfortable knowing that this will be a video after the live stream uploads, that people can go see, then that's fine, but you have to carefully think about it. You don't want to make this, you don't want to make the wrong choice. Right, we're going to tattoo. We'll try and find some of the mini kits for Castle of Doom. As long as you're sure that's a good idea, you can go ahead. I'm only going to aim to get 2 of the mini kits in this level, just so I can figure out the character is, and I might incorporate some gameplay for this in tomorrow's stream. I don't know yet. Oh yay, Whitey's noodles. That is terrible. I am building a probe droid, aren't I? I don't know if this is a custom build or one that just appears in this. Am I about to build a trap door here? Am I just gonna be stacking food for Jabba? So how long have you been in hospital? Stop interfering with it. Is there gonna be a... Oh crap, I thought I could go in there and fight the Rancor for some reason. Get that clone with the rocket launcher. Has that done absolutely nothing? No. I thought that would have opened the door. Nah, I'm sitting on my bed. I'm just gonna beat up Jabba. Apparently just being violent to Jabba splits out many kit parts. See? Kids, violence does do things. So, I doubt it, but I wonder if I manage to get to 2,300 subscribers throughout this stream. Well, I see where minikit number 4 is. Alright, more Gamorreans, and they're going to bring in more food. We need to get more creative, okay. And we have 4 out of the 5. So is it? Am I going to have enough time on the stream to get the next one? Not really. Well, with that, guys, we're going to see how it builds. We're not going to try and get the rest of them time-wise. I mean, look, I may come back and stream more later. Might be is the keyword. I'm more likely to make shorts, to be completely honest. Who is it? Let's see. It is the Emperor's Royal Guard. What do you mean? Well, I'm 70.1% complete of this game. I wonder how long it will take me to do the rest of it. Oh man, check that. That is a cool view of that sun. So, for a game that is now 15 years old, granted, people would see this and slag its graphics currently, but I think this is amazing looking. Like, the effects in this game are 100% well done. And you know what? It's been a fun 87 minutes. Let's get R2 to do the window wiper. But before I go, there is actually something I want to do. It's an achievement I want to get. So, we're going to quickly go into a level that has loads of enemies and switch to Yoda. There's an achievement I want to try and get. I've not been to any LEGO conventions. Last couple of years, I've been uploading a video every October on this channel. We're at Comic-Con, and I have picked up LEGO there most years. So the achievement, right, is for taking out 5 enemies at once with a lightsaber throw with Yoda. There's no mini kits to get, have all of them for this level. There we go, I even got the achievement right away. Use Yoda to defeat 5 enemies with 1 lightsaber throw. I do have most of the achievements in this game. I remember the training. I do have 18 more to get, but considering I've got the Simpsons game coming in the mail, there's a slight chance I won't even get to that. I took it too far. I honestly did not think I'd get the achievement that quick. I thought I'd screw it up the first time. Do I seriously sit and play this game for 40 minutes? Wow. But anyway, guys, it's been fun streaming today. It's after I took yesterday off. 66 stream. I don't know if this was one of the particularly successful ones. But nonetheless, I have not picked a time for it, but I'm probably going to start at midday. I'm going to have to figure that out, right? But we'll be changing all of what is behind me in tomorrow's stream. I'm going to be changing those. It'll be a nice long stream, couple hours, probably 2 streams. So you'll get part 67 and 68. Even better. He's the ending shot.